Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adini G. Shafe. New Zealand really doing so well against Norway right now at the World Cup as they are leading the pack there by a goal to nil against Norway. A lot of people don't believe this because New Zealand really showcasing that you don't use friendly to judge their time. We'll be looking at this and more on the show, but right now we start from our own home story that has to do with Tobi Amusan right now. Well, for the fact that AIU roll out a particular ban on her. Let's look at this. Tobi Amusan vows to fight anti-doping missed test charged by AIU. AIU stands for Athletic Integrity Unit, and right now they actually made a statement concerning her for the fact that she missed 3 tests that's out of test for concerning Tobi Amusan there. But let's look at the statement concerning that particular AIU ban. A provisional suspension is when an athlete or other person is suspended temporarily from participating in any competition or activity in athletics prior to a final decision at a hearing conducted under the World Athletics Anti-Doping rules or the Integrity Code of Conduct. That's from AIU, trying to clear the view of that particular ban of that's Tobi Amusan there. Well, Tobi Amusan actually said this. Let's look at what she said on her Twitter handle. That was on 19th. That's Tobi Amusan saying, "Today, the Athletic Integrity Unit AIU has charged me with an alleged rule violation for having 3 missed tests in 12 months. I intend to file this charge, and I will have my case decided by a tribunal of 3 arbitrators before the start of next month's World Championships. I'm a clean athlete," with the capital letter there, "and I am regularly, maybe more than the usual, tested by the AIU. I was tested within days of my 3rd missed test. I have faith that this will be resolved in my favor and that I will be competing at the World Championship in August. In the meantime, I ask that the media respect my privacy while I address these allegations in my upcoming arbitration." Coming from Tobi Amusan there. Well, looking at this particular topic alongside Jide Olushola. Good to have you, Jide.
Yeah, good morning. Good to be
yes.
here.
You just saw there, even though she has asked for privacy from the press, but there's no way this issue will continue to boomerang because a lot of people want to know even before she faced the arbitrator, the panel right now. And it's a big one for Nigeria because this is a lady who, in 2022, the whole Nigeria, the whole world was really proud of what she has done for hurdles for Nigeria and all that. So she's like a face of Nigeria. But in this particular issue right now, even though we heard that AFN is really backing her up for this particular issue with AIU, it is a big one. It's tough.
Yeah, it's a big one, and it's a very, very sad one. Considering the fact that Amusan is the biggest star right now when it comes to athletics in Nigeria and in the world. For the fact, it's what pains me most that for the fact that she missed the 3 tests within 12 months. It says a lot about movements. You know, of course, they said that we're about.
They say out of competition movement, you need to specify.
And every athlete, she's one of the athletes, elite athletes we have in the world. And there's an app that they should have on their phone that will tell them wherever they are, which will be monitored by AIU. So now, whether she used that app to let them know where she was at a point in time, that's what we will know when she faced the tribunal. But then she has said that a few days after she missed her test, she was tested and everything, that she's wondering why again all this happening. But then the rules are the rules. If you're supposed to be at so time, let AIU know, because they might not know what you are doing. You could be sleeping, but to them, you could be taking drugs, because at that point, you are out of competition. So I think it's her fault, not basically our team as well. No, of course, she might not know the particular date for these things, but then she should know when she should go for all this kind of testing to avoid this kind of...
and the reason why I'm a bit careful not to say it's her fault is the fact that let's even hear the outcome of this particular tribunal.
I agree with you, but as an athlete, a top-class athlete, you should know when you should go for testing. Yes, your team should tell you when to, but you being involved. Of course, okay, now I'm an athlete. I cannot. There's some drugs, there's some food I cannot take. So if my team gives me this, I'll say no, I don't want it because it's against the rules. So for her to miss 3 tests, if you miss 1 test, is I can say it's a mistake. Second test, third test is beyond mistake in 12 months. So probably on our part, it was carelessness.
Well, let's see, maybe it's on our part or management, that's our management, or maybe it's lack of communication. Let's see what happens.
Within her, because she's the centerpiece. Either herself or the management or whatever, but she's a centerpiece. But I believe that she's very, very clean. I don't believe that Amusan will get involved in drugs.
Now, the issue now is this, because at times a lot of people jump on the news. A lot of people are not even looking at is the issue of missing the test. Not that she has been tested and confirmed because, that, oh, she's into doping or not. So that should be cleared out first.
No, she was not involved in drugs. But for the fact that she missed
those tests could actually mean that, okay, maybe she's hiding something. That's why she's missing out.
Exactly. But we all believe that she'll be clean. She's a clean athlete. And again, after the Oregon games, I mean, last year, she was one of the most tested. She even confirmed athlete.
She said it in that statement.
She was one of the most.
More than usual.
Yes, because there was nobody, an African, a black person, coming to rule this athletics. Of course, her blood must have been sucked out many times. We must check what's inside this girl's blood. And for them not to have found anything. So they're not using these 3 missed tests as a way to checkmate her to know what actually was she doing. It's just unfortunate, but I believe that she will get.
Now, maybe right now our team needs to quickly fix it in the board because they need to check those times that those email came in for you to be tested and you were not found or you were nowhere to be found. They need to know where she was at that time. That will be able to help them to fight this particular issue right now because it's a big one. If she's found one thing, it means she will be competing at the World Athletics in Budapest.
Yes, and to bring down a ranking at points towards the end of the season. So it matters a lot for her to be part of that competition.
And because right now, Tobi has really peaked. I remember, this is the back-to-back 3 wins for her. She has done it in Sweden. That's another one in Poland. Yeah, she also did. She's doing well. Now, look at the record from 12.52 to 12.34 to 12.35, then to 12.34. So it means
season best now.
Yeah. So she's closing the gap against just the way she did last season. So it means now her performance is getting better each race that she actually ran. So hopefully between now and August, maybe she can still participate in one or 2 races. But at least it means she's getting to that level where there is high hope.
She'll be unstoppable.
Unstoppable. So now this will actually hamper her from what? From competing if found wanting.
I'm optimistic that she will get herself cleared from this allegation because it's just unfortunate that she got herself caught up in this kind of web. And this should be a lesson to other athletes. Do not miss any test. Wherever you're going to, let AIU know. No. I will not be at so place. AIU, they have agents everywhere across the world. You don't need to be in their main office to know. You can go to anywhere in the world and do your test and send the result to them there, which is one of those things that they require. And that's why they said they should have this app on their phone that will monitor the movement of athletes around the world. So it's our team management or whatever, I pray she just, when they get to the tribunal, when they start the case, of course, she'll be cleared of any wrongdoing.
Well, really, a big one there concerning Tobi Amusan there. Right now, she'll be facing that particular tribunal to at least clean herself alongside our team concerning missing those 3 tests, as actually stated by Athletics Integrity Unit. Nigerians are hoping that this will actually go a way to favor Tobi Amusan because that record she broke last season is really a standout one, a big one for a Nigerian to run that race, 12.11 and also 12.0, even though she was not awarded that, but really she showed her class when it comes to this particular sport of hurdles, and we just hope that she will get this off her chest. Wishing her the best there. And now let's talk about Nigerian football. Talk about NNL board. We met with some media yesterday, so at least talk about media Parley. Say NNL board, Parley's media at least hope to turn the league fortune around. Well, from the way it is, they are hoping that things will just turn around for the better for NNL.
No, like they say, NNL is the most important league in Nigeria beyond the MPFL. If you miss it at the NLL, of course you miss it at the MPFL because this is where you get the players that are coming from the grassroots, so to say, and graduate up to the senior level, up to the elite football. So it was good that last week or so the NFF they launched the new board and everything, and charged them that they must turn around the fortunes of football in Nigeria. So because NLO, that the grassroots where we see the talents that will graduate into the elite football. So if you miss at that point, so it's good as they're coming up because NLL is just, like I said, it's the most important league in Nigeria. So if you miss the growth at that point, I don't see how our MPFL will grow further.
And the fact that they didn't fit to call the media that, okay, let's rub minds together, let's talk. Without you guys, nobody will know about our league. We need to work with you guys. And if you see anything we are doing wrong, just come positively. Positive criticism, let's be able to get it right so that everything will go well. Don't just jump into conclusion. Get your facts right. Come to us, we will answer and give reasons why such happens.
Me and you know what happens with this NLL. So this is not the first time that they will call for press parley or press briefing, and whatever they say, they discuss, they don't implement it.
Are you serious right now?
So it is not a new thing. Maybe.
But what if we are, at times, this is a new ball.
Yeah, this is a
new ball. So we shouldn't use the lax ball to judge this one. I think, I remember when Elegbele was appointed with this executive member for MPL, now MPL, last season, to run the Abridged League. And a lot of people were like, well, it's going to be different. But things really changed. Yeah, so, let's just believe that this new set of board members will do something.
They should prove us.
They will, of course. So, at least let's give them that benefit of doubt.
I will, because, but of course, it's still the same set of human beings who are involved.
But not the same people.
Well, but it's still the same purpose. who are running the league before this new board. So I will not put I will not put so much hope on them that But if they can prove us wrong, all well and good. It's for our own good in the long run.
But just like I mentioned, at the beginning of MPFL last season, before it went to MPL, nobody actually believed that MPL would get better the way it moved.
I actually had faith in Honorable Mendy because of his past records when he was the chairman of the defunct Sports Commission. So I knew what he could offer. So that was not even a challenge for me. But this new one, NLL, I don't know much about them per se. So
okay, maybe I should just educate you about it. The chairman is a former sport journalist, Aloha George, who right now is the chairman of that board. We have owner of Melanta KFC, Kamisu, is also there. We have Gombe FA board member there. That's Yakubu, also part of it. Then at least let's just give them that chance. Let's see what they can do. Who knows? They can just turn things around.
Okay, yeah, so, but I don't know much about them. So probably they'll be on my radar and watch how they perform. So, but for the meantime, my fingers are crossed to see what they will do. So, like I said, if they miss it at NLL level, to affect the growth of the elite football in Nigeria. Let's
see what they'll be offering there, where they actually had media parley with journalists concerning development of Nigeria and national, the one they call the most important league, where lots of clubs from the MPL actually get that promotion from the get those 14s that will join them, and also get a lot of players from the Nigerian national. It's like a bridge between the third tier and the fourth tier. Well, good one out there. Let's go to the World Cup right now. A big one, even though all eyes are on Australia right now. Australia and New Zealand hosted the World Cup as co-hosts kick off Women's World Cup over there in Australia and New Zealand. The whole world is focusing on them. As we speak right now, the match just ended between New Zealand and Norway. A good one for New Zealand, shocking Norway, world champion by a long goal. That was a fantastic performance from Norway. But right now, a lot of people are looking at actually watching the World Cup, even though there is no event that you won't see the backside of it. Earlier on today, 2 people were actually shot dead by one person, but really, I'm not looking at that side. Let's talk about the competition proper. The World Cup has actually started. No, it's no more, maybe it's going to be shifted or not. It has started. A game has just been played. Norway defeating, New Zealand defeating Norway. And now attention is on Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah, concerning that crisis, it was an unfortunate incident whereby 2 people got shot, and FIFA they've come out with a statement saying that everything's on ground now. That it's just an offside situation. But now, by and large, the tournament has started. This is the biggest FIFA Women's World Cup in history because of so much tickets have been sold, and they are expecting about 3.3 billion views around the world to watch this game. They have seen a growth in the women's football. There's now more investment in women's football compared to what in the past. Close to about 23 sponsors or so are involved in this tournaments. That shows how much money they're now bringing into women's football, and it says a lot about how much they're even giving the referees, they're even giving the players compared to what they're giving in the past. Let's say peanuts, but now they've increased the prize money for them. That shows that there's so much money and investment into women's football, and that shows the growth of the game as well. So now talking about the World Cup itself, it has started. We have seen the host Australia, of course.
New Zealand.
New Zealand defeating Norway, a former champion. So probably they're using the home advantage because
the support, the massive support from the fans.
It cannot be like Qatar that lost all their games, though they're the host. But New Zealand is should I say they are fairly strong when it comes to women football as well too. So it's expected that they will use the massive support, the 12th fan. To get the 12th player, which are the fans, to get the maximum point, and they have done that. Now, our focus will be tomorrow.
No, even before tomorrow, Australia will be playing Ireland today in our group, a big one.
My mind was even going to Super Falcons.
Before we go to Super Falcons, let's look at least Australia. They are also the host nation.
Yes.
They'll be facing Ireland in our own group now, Group B. So a big one there too, because the massive support that New Zealand actually got from their fans to defeat Norway, I'm sure Australia will even get more.
Yeah, because they're a bigger country than New Zealand.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a bigger country, and of course they should get more. But Ireland is not a small team as well too. They're also growing, and it's going to be a very tight one when they meet. It's going to be very tight because both sides are very strong as well too. But of course, let's say that pans out when they take to the pitch. But then it's going to be a beautiful game.
A beautiful game it is. We just talked about New Zealand defeating Norway there. Hannah Wilkinson scoring in the 48th minute. Good one for New Zealand, opening the World Cup with a win, and that will actually spur them into more action to believe in themselves, because defeating world former champion is really not a joke. For New Zealand, thumbs up for them. Australia will be facing Ireland in their own game next, and that will be another big one because the two teams are battle ready to see who win this particular game. We're talking about Super Falcon in our subsequent edition, but right now, let's focus on other stories trending. Let's look at least so many countries, are the two nations participating. Let's look at the groups for this World Cup. Yes, we have a lot of countries coming. We have Group A, New Zealand just faced Norway there. You have Group B also coming up. Australia, Republic of Ireland will be fighting hard. Nigeria and Canada will be early morning tomorrow by 3:30 a.m. while we're still sleeping. Nigeria and Super Falcons will be facing Canada in their own first game. Philippines, Switzerland in their Group A. Group C, Spain, Costa Rica, Zambia, Japan. A tough one there for the Shea Polo Polos. Can they scale through? They can. England, Haiti, Denmark, China, People's Republic. In Group D, in Group E, you have USA, Vietnam, Netherlands, Portugal. In Group F, we look at France, Jamaica, Brazil, and Panama, who can actually get through there. Brazil with Malta and France. Let's look at the big ones there. In Group G, Sweden, South Africa, the Bayana ladies are there. Italy, Argentina, what a group there. Italy, Argentina, Sweden, South Africa, a big hurdle for South Africa to actually climb. In Group H, you have Germany, Morocco, Colombia, and Korea Republic. All be fighting hard in these groups. We have 32 teams now, battle ready to see how they can qualify. A big one, look at that Group G, Sweden, South Africa, Italy, Argentina. And then you look at Group H, Germany, Morocco, Colombia, Korea Republic. A tough one.
Yes, Group G and Group H are the toughest of these of all the groups. Looking at the fact that Sweden, Italy, and against South Africa, that's massive. I don't know who will qualify from that, but I'm not putting my hopes on South Africa because I think this is their debut. They're making their first appearance in the World Cup. But compared to Sweden, Italy, and Argentina, who are experienced in these tournaments, so it's a tough one for South Africa. But Group H, Morocco also they're making their debut too, so that inexperience will come in for Morocco. But Germany and Korea Republic.
You are looking at Germany and Korea Republic.
Too,
actually, I'm supporting Morocco there. They really shock us at the World Cup for men. Let's see what they will be doing.
But then experience matters when it comes to this kind of
yeah, it's true. But at times, with all the experience of Norway, New Zealand defeated them.
But then they can still pick up.
Yeah, of course, I know, but they won them. It will always be on record that Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. They can't change it.
Argentina won the World Cup.
Yes, but they beat them. They won their whole World Cup by beating Argentina.
But Morocco is going to be very tight one for them because they lack their experience at that level.
Another group we look at, that Group F. France, Jamaica, Brazil, Panama. You want to look at France and Brazil.
No, that
is an outright automatic. It cannot be very dicey, you know.
But then France, Brazil will qualify. France will qualify. I can put my money on that France and Brazil.
Group E, USA, Vietnam, Netherlands, Portugal.
Of course, US is certain that the most successful team in that competition.
Women's World Football.
No, they own the World Cup already. US. So it's going to be between Netherlands and Portugal to fight for the second spot.
Well, we've been talking concerning the World Cup. It has started. New Zealand opening it there 1-0. They pipped Norway, and right now other countries actually pick there and see how they can do well. Nigeria will be facing Canada on a Friday early morning. Well, New Zealand 1-0. Hannah Wilkinson 48th minute there. While we're talking about that, let's talk about the referees that will be refereeing or officiating at the World Cup. As we speak right now, FIFA has actually earmarked about $70,000 basic pay for the referees that will be at least officiating those games there. Majorly, all the referees, center referee will be women, and they'll be supported by men at the video assistant, that's VAR. But as it is, if you perform from the beginning, this group stay to the end. In fact, according to FIFA, a referee that refers from beginning to the end will actually go with $300,000. But the basic pay is $70,000.
It's just a shame that there's no single Nigerian.
Well, let's even leave Nigeria out. Let's talk about it.
I think I have to go for refereeing course now because...
So that you can make it.
Yeah, because apart from the fact that they'll be giving free accommodation, which is taken care of, their feeding is taken care of by FIFA.
Logistics, everything.
Just come, carry your whistle, wear your kids, run up and down.
But if you run up and down and blow wrong
so give your red card,
in trouble.
Give your red card, yellow card, and collect your pay at the end of the day. That's sweet life.
But you just have to follow the rules too.
Of course. And of course, they are very fit. You can't be a referee without being fit because they run more than the players actually.
Of course, just has to be everywhere.
They run more than the players actually, even though the assistant referee as well, so they run on both sides. But then it's good that they're being paid. Like I said earlier, because of the investment in women's football, that's why the pay has increased to this kind of level, and that shows how much football is generated right now. For that, over 26 sponsors, coming into this tournament, it shows a lot about the growth of the game. So if you go for the referees, that they're going to meet at least
$70,000.
So if you get to the finals, almost $300,000.
$300,000 automatically.
So it was a Nigerian that was.
A referee will be coming back to Nigeria, becoming a millionaire.
Imagine.
We've been talking about the World Cup over there in Australia and New Zealand. They are co-hosting, and it's a big one right now because that started. We're looking at a lot of areas, a lot of angles there. Referees will be getting so paid well for the first time when it comes to women football, and they are really happy. If we are even a VAR video assistant, will be going home with $3,000 per game. A good one there for FIFA recognizing what the referees are doing. Now, let's quickly run through two stories in world of transfers. We talk about a player, Remo Stars player. His name is Olamile Koyedele. He has joined second division club CD Farense of Portugal there. Well, good one, even though Remo Stars is owned by a man from Nigeria. At least Kunle Shoname owns Remo Stars, and also CD Farense. It's like you get a player from Remo Stars, Nigeria, go to Portugal and get that exposure.
Apparently, we know how the Remo Stars owner, Mr. Kunle Shoname, is a fantastic businessman and everything. So for him to transfer this boy to his other club in Portugal, that means there's something about that boy. So he wants perhaps to sell him out to bigger club and get bigger money. It's just pure business. Because Olamile is a fantastic. I've seen his game before. His games in Remo Stars. He's a fantastic young guy, and I believe that Mr. Kunle Shoname sees potentials that this guy is a good man for
Let's quickly get him out and make more money.
Get the experience in Europe. If probably the club gets to first division and everything, get him exposed. Scout to come around. Oh, this guy's a talent. It's business.
It's really business now. We take our last straw on the show. That has to do with Benjamin Mendy. Recently, he was acquitted of the charges concerning rape, but right now, he's actually getting his life back. Benjamin Mendy returned to football in a 2-year deal with Lorient of France. Good one for him. A lot of supporters are really happy with this.
I'm actually very happy because his career went down over 2 years with that rape allegation, which was found to be untrue. My question is, the ladies in question,
what would they do to them? Okay, well,
his mental health is of course.
I'm even happy. I'm happy for the fact that despite everything that happened, a club, it didn't even take long. It didn't take long before a club actually comes for a signature to get him on a 2-year deal.
I'll give kudos to Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola stood with him from the beginning to the end. But of course,
the club. What about the club?
unfortunately.
Guardiola is still part of Man City.
Yeah, but he threw his support behind that, of course. But the club, had the finance. It was unfortunate that the club, after his
As of back at 2021.
Yes,
2022 August. Yeah.
Unfortunate. But then he should have stood the player until he's found guilty. But luckily for him, he was not found guilty. He was exonerated. Then, well, I'm glad that Lorient of France, they picked him up. I don't know how much they're going to pay him, but for the fact that they brought him. At
least they believe in him that he can still do it.
And he will pick up the guy because Mendy is a fantastic defender and everything. I don't know whether that form is still be there right now because 2 years without playing football and everything, that means he needs to
take time.
Yes, he has to go through rigorous training, mental training as well to get back into the game. And all that. Well,
a good one, at least Mendy, given that particular opportunity to get his life back in football. 2-year deal with Lorient of France. Kudos to Lorient for deeming fit, believing in him after almost 3 years of not playing football. Benjamin Mendy is back, and we hope to see him launching his career again. He's just like a new baby now coming to the world of football. Well, that's it on the show. We've been talking with Jide Olushola on 360 Sport. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
I'm Adeni Ajishafe. As we always say, that sport is business and fitness. Thanks for watching.